Hello students, I'm Vipul Mittal, and in this session I will discuss what is the due date to file a tax return by a C corporation. So a C corporation files its tax return in form 1120. So C corporation uses form 1120 to file its tax return, and C corporation has to file its tax return by the 15th day of the fourth month after the close of its tax year. So if it is in existence for any part of the year, even if it is in existence for one day, it has to file a tax return, whether it has taxable income or not. So it has taxable income, it does not have a taxable income, it has to file a tax return. And it has to file the tax return by the 15th day of the fourth month after the close of its tax year. And this is a general rule. For example, if C corporation's tax year is calendar year, so it is year 5 calendar year. This is C corporation's tax year. Then it will file its tax return by 15th day of the fourth month after the close of its tax year. Its tax year is closing on December 31st, year 5. Then filing due date is April 15th, year 6. Now, this tax year may be an annual accounting period or a short period. I've discussed annual accounting period and short period in another video. All right. So this tax year may be a 12-month period. You call that annual accounting period, or it may be less than 12 months. You call that a short period. So the general rule is that a C corporation has to file the tax return by 15th day of the fourth month after the close of its tax year. But there is an exception. If annual accounting period ends on June 30th, so I'm talking about full 12-month period, full 12-month tax year. So if annual accounting period ends on June 30th, in that case, the filing due date is 15th day of the third month after the close of its tax year. So the due date is not October 15th, not 15th day of the fourth month, but it is 15th day of the third month. So due date in such a case is September 15th. These due dates are subject to holiday rule. This is also subject to holiday rule. The general rule is that a C corporation has to file the tax return by the 15th day of the fourth month after the close of the tax year. But if it is a short period tax return, tax year is a short period, less than 12 months, and this short period is ending anytime in June. So if short period ends anytime in June, it may be first week of June, second week of June, it may be 15th of June, 20th of June. In that case also, the due date is September 15th. If short period ends any time in June, then also the due date is September 15th. When short period ends any time in June, then it is considered that short period is ending on June 30th for return filing purposes. So for return filing purposes, it is considered that the short period is ending on June 30th. And in that case, C corporation has to file the tax return by 15th day of the third month after the close of its tax year. But a C corporation gets 6 months extension to file the tax return by filing Form 7004. Let's talk about that. And this extension C Corporation gets by filing Form 7004. So by filing Form 7004, C Corporation gets 6 months more time. So for example, in case of a calendar year tax year, so if tax year is calendar year, that is tax year ends on December 31st, year 5, let's say. This is the date on which the tax year ends. And the regular due date is April 15th, year 6. And this is subject to holiday rule. All right. If C Corporation files Form 7004 by its regular due date, then it get 6 months extension. And the due date is, in that case, October 15th. Again, subject to holiday rule. So this Form 7004 must be filed on or before the regular due date of the tax return. Once a C Corporation files Form 7004, C Corporation automatically gets 6 month extension. But if C Corporation's tax year ends on June 30th, so if tax year ends on June 30th, then extension period is 7 months. So if tax year is ending on June 30th and C Corporation files Form 7004 timely, that is by the regular due date, then C Corporation gets 7 months extension to file the tax return. For example, if tax year is ending on June 30th, year 5, then regular due date is September 15th, year 5. And extended due date is April 15th, year 6. 7 more months to file the tax return by filing 7004. And you should note here that all the due dates are subject to holiday rule. All right, students, I hope this session was helpful. We'll connect again. Take care.